So first things first, before we dive in and talk a little bit about the show, I really have to ask, are you okay? I feel I need to ask everybody right now with everything that's going on. Are you all right? Are you safe? Are you healthy?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's very, draining at times to, and I try to protect my space, in terms of like what I receive, because I can internalize things sometimes and just harbor on, so I've been really finding space for myself in terms of my health. I've been exercising. I've got into bike riding. I haven't ridden a bike in probably like 10 years. And I just bought a bike like the rest of California, apparently, because they were sold out. But I looked up and found one. And that's been really fun. And then I've been working on my own projects, writing, doing a lot of reading, watching TV, and just trying to take space for myself to really be happy,
That's wonderful.
But in regards to like what's going on in the world, it's disheartening, however, it's also enlightening as well. And it's also something that needs to be addressed, that, it's been addressed over and over and over and over and over. And I think that, I just hope we're coming to a time of some type of positive transitions that will be, made during this time. It's crazy. Like, I feel like 2020 has been like at least 5 years rolled up into 6 months.
Exactly.
It's just so
right?
much.
It's
so
amazing. Now, are you taking part in any of the protests here in town, or?
Yeah, I went to a protest and it was in the Hollywood area, and that was cool seeing everyone out there. I guess though, for me, I just tried to protest in my own form or fashion, in my own way, because it's just I've learned, through age and through learning myself, that I can internalize anger or frustration or whatever, and then it can be like a kind of like a bomb, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, I would rather just stay in a positive frame and do what I can do to help this movement in whatever capacity I can help it in. So yeah, I went out to the protest and I was out there, and I thought I love being in the atmosphere, and it was definitely it was memorable for sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's humbling to see how many people are involving themselves. In the protest, but it's necessary to make change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the show, of course. The show is Twenties. You play Hattie, an aspiring queer writer, Black woman in Hollywood. Which immediately, in doing my research for this, I'm loath to think of any other shows I've seen that focus on African-American women in Hollywood trying to make it big. So on its face, the show is groundbreaking, but it's also very entertaining, which is also, it's also nice, right?
Thank you.
How did this job come to you? I know prior to this, you had done stand-up comedy, but you were also working as a school teacher, a substitute teacher.
Yeah. I moved out here, of course, to pursue acting, like so many of us in Los Angeles. And I honestly did not know how to do that. I'm just like, how do you just show up in a city and be like, hey, I'm great. Can somebody represent me? Can somebody be my manager, my agent, please? How do you prove your worthiness when everybody out here is trying to do that? And a few of my friends really encouraged me to do stand-up comedy, just because they were like, you're funny in social settings. You could probably get up there and just like you tell us stories, you could probably do that in a constructive way on stage. And I challenged myself to do it for my birthday one year, and I did it at the Comedy Store, and I fell in love. And when I came out to LA, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this as a platform to express myself, and to hopefully maybe one day God will send somebody to the crowd to see me, doing my thing, and they'll sign me. But that's not how it happened. What happened was, I think even, what you learn in this industry is that sometimes you gotta make your own way.
Yeah.
So my best friend and I, we co-wrote a series, No More Comics in LA, and we started producing it out of our own pocket. And I, like you said, I was a substitute teacher, but I was a long-term substitute teacher. So I was technically, for about 6 months, I had my own class and I had to create the curriculum and da-da-da-da. So it was more, I wasn't doing as much as the real teachers were doing.
Sure.
But I was very involved. And to pay for the show, I was doing that. And I took a job at the Cheesecake Factory, lied, said I had to.
Wow.
I said I had never been a server before, but my mom had been a server in the past. So I called her up and was like, so, what you think they gonna ask? Can you just tell them, And she was like, don't tell them you never served, because if you do, they're going to put you as a hostess. And she was like, that ain't, unless that's what you want, that is nothing wrong with being a hostess. It's just, I was like, nah, I'm trying to get this money,
Right.
So, I started serving, teaching, and we were shooting No More Comics in LA at the same time.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was exhausting. And for me, especially, because I was teaching all day, serving at night, and then on the weekend, my friends and I would come together and collaborate on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And we would shoot from like 6 a.m. to until I had to go to work, basically. So that might be like, maybe I got to be at work by 4 p.m. because I'm working a night shift at the Cheesecake Factory. And I just was like, I'm tired. I don't know if I could do this for 10 episodes. And so we started to crowdfund. We took the rest of the money and started to create content to show people that we were serious, that we were investing in ourselves. And we created merchandise boxes with things like our logo and our, like this hoodie. This is No More Comics in LA is one of our hoodies that we created. And our Y video, a trailer, and a sizzle. And, we just, put all this stuff in a really nice package and sent it out to different people. And Lena was one of those people that we reached out to. And just divine timing, I'm telling you, because she just so happened to be about to audition for Twenties, maybe like the next week,
Wow.
And I'm telling you, if I had did my crowdfunding a month later, 2 months later, or a month earlier, 2 months earlier, it would have been just too short, because everything with Twenties happened so fast. She offered me a chance to audition, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Like within 2 weeks, I think they were like, get a lawyer because you got this role. Like you need to get a lawyer. You need to get a manager. And it was just like 0 to 100 almost, because I went from being a stand-up comedian. I was getting booked and doing shows and stuff like that. But then it was like, boom, you're the lead of this show. You need representation. You need a lawyer to do this contract. And I'm just like, whoa. Okay, great.
That is one of the most amazing show business stories I've heard in a long time. 2 weeks, you got to be ready. That's truly, truly incredible. You mentioned Lena Waithe, the amazing Lena Waithe, is the creator of this show. She's someone we hold in very, very high regard at Queer TV. This is maybe a silly question, but were you intimidated to meet her, both because she's the creator of the show and she's Lena Waithe, and then you're also playing this sort of version of her in the show?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I was excited. I was really excited to meet her. However, I guess through my best friend, she's a development exec in the industry, and through her and just looking up on things, and just the knowledge of knowing that I'm supposed to be in this space with these people, I've never been necessarily intimidated by anyone. But I was very encouraged and also inspired, by her. So I would say that I didn't have a clue that she was going to offer me. The first time I talked to her, I didn't know she was going to offer me a chance to audition.
Sure.
So I didn't really, it was more like, oh, I'm excited. I just, I'm about to talk to Lena Waithe.
Right.
But there was no, I think if she had given me if she had told me already that she was thinking about giving me an audition, the getting on the phone with her would have been way more nerve-wracking, because I would have been like, I don't know if I can curse, but I don't want to mess up my chance of, I don't want her to renege on giving me this shot. So I would have been very just nervous about what I said.
Of course.
But it was, I've ended up in spaces with people before I got booked for this role where I was just like, all right, just stay calm, chill out. Like I've been in a room like and walked past Jay-Z and like gave him a head nod, like, what's up? And I was just like, stay calm, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
When Jay-Z is walking by, I think that's a perfectly normal reaction. I think that everybody would do that, probably.
He was so chill. He just nodded his head back, and I was like, what's up? I was just like, bitch, you just was saying what's up to Jay-Z in a casual way. Like,
that's
what?
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. The other thing I was thinking about is I don't know that I've ever seen a show that embraces female sexuality in this way before. Where, you know, it's a woman that's the biggest stud. It's the woman that is really enjoying her sexuality and reveling in that. Mm-hmm. Is it empowering for you to be able to play a character like that? Do you find that as refreshing as I do as a guy?
I do. I really do. I honestly am still in my personal life trying to acquire some of the confidence that Hattie has in regard.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that she don't gotta know if you are gay, straight, bi, whatever. She's like, I'm a holler. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cute, I'm cute. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know that I've gotten to that same space of confidence. So yes, you know, I do think that to see a character on screen that's so comfortable in being in her uniqueness and being herself and confidently displaying that to the world and being like, you're going to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm being me. You know, I think that in regard to that, me, Jonica, in my personal life, especially with my process of coming out to my family and stuff like that, I really, and one of the things that I love about Hattie and I had to learn is that you have to honor yourself and recognize that I personally recognize at a younger age that you're the only person that's guaranteed to be with you your whole life. Absolutely. So you have to make decisions in the best regard for yourself, you know, and if that's uniquely being you, like we only have a finite, we never know how much time we're going to have on this earth. And this is the most fantastic planet in the universe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make the most of my time on this planet the way that I want to make the most of it, regardless of what anybody thinks, you know?
Of course.
And that's something that it took me some time to learn. And that's one of the things that I love about Hattie, because she just displays that on screen as like, yeah, it doesn't matter who I'm amongst. Like my two best friends, they're straight. They date guys. We can talk about that. I date women. We can talk about that. Nothing feels weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like nothing. It's normalizing being yourself.
Yes.
And I think that the world would just be so much better if people just minded their own damn business. Like,
right?
Mind your business. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, why do you care?
So you guys have all 10 episodes of season 1 of Twenties have aired. I know you guys are having some Emmy buzz right now, which is exciting. Do you know about season 2? Are you guys definitely coming back? Do we know yet?
I have not officially heard anything about season 2.
Okay.
You know, I'm positive. You know, I'm keeping positive thoughts.
Yeah.
That we will, but I haven't officially got any word or anything like that. No official email or deadline announcement yet. But you know, with them, I really hope that, you know, we do get a chance to really see where this storyline goes and what the flower expands to, you know, and I'm really happy to be a part of a network like BET, because they've definitely created a space that I think that, you know, as people of color too, we need to be exposed to, you know, and I'm getting so much feedback from people of all different ages in all different places all over the country that maybe I didn't know or think would be receptive to seeing a queer Black character, and they love it.